Good morning all, this is Eric with Shadow Office RC. Here's our gearbox and the stripped gear. Here's the new gear. As you can tell, the teeth are worn off on this one. It's 2 screws to break this case apart, and then 1 on this drive cup, so that way we can pull the drive shaft out. So go ahead and get this bad boy off. Why don't I use their screwdriver here? Something to keep in mind, these screws do not have to be Loctited because they're going into plastic. This drive cup though does have to be Loctited because it's going onto a metal shaft, and so you got to be able to keep it from spinning on the shaft. So there we go. We got the drive cup off with the washer, and you see the disc goes in here, and then underneath there, can't probably really see it from the camera, there's a little piston that moves up and down by this to close the brake shoes. So here we go. We got the case apart, and see, here's those E-clips I told you about. We only need to take this one off. So get your handy flathead out. Oh, that's right. I gotta do it from this side, so we have to take both drive cups off. I forgot. Because it only goes on one way. So and see, it slides out. So there's 2 E-clips on this side. I need to take the other side off, but oh well, did. So to get this off here, if you notice, there's a little pin in here, and it won't let you go this way. So you have to take these 2 E-clips off. To get the drive gear off. Be careful not to do what I just did and throw it across the room, because they are easy to lose. So see, once you get those E-clips off, that's your drive shaft for the tranny. Now we just put it in reverse order. See, the little pin goes in that groove. That's what locks the gear to the shaft, is that little pin. So now we just put it back together in reverse order here. So it's not too complicated. Just gotta keep track of a bunch of little E-clips that like to go flying like that. Let's see, where'd that clip go? This is where I told you those E-clips are pretty easy to lose. So let's see here. Where'd you go, E-clip? Looking for the E-clip, guys. There it is. Put our E-clips on, and then we can put this bad boy back together. Did I mention I don't like E-clips? They work great, but putting them back on is a royal pain. So, crafting number one, this is just to show you, how easy the center diff on this comes apart. Not too difficult. So, let me get my pliers here because it's being stubborn. Trusty multi-tool here. I recommend with this or even RC plane to get a little magnetic tray like this because it's got all your screws in here. Not worry about them. E-clip. There we go. So we got that clip back on. So we just put her on in reverse order. Sorry, that's wrong. Like this. You can see there's a bearing in there. Got one last E-clip to put on here. And then the cases go back together like so. And then you put everything else back on. The tricky part is this right here, the brake disc. Because you have to get it through both pads. And it's easier to leave them on there so you can keep the clearance correct. Get a little bit of blue Loctite here to put on our screw. Doesn't take much. Don't trust me on how I know you need blue Loctite, because you do. I learned the hard way with my shockwave that I have. So, oh, that needs to go farther in though. Let's fix that. So there's that. Two screws. I forgot something, so we'll fix that in a second. So there you have it. Center diff is basically back together. Gotta get this one last drive cut back on. Don't forget to put Loctite on that either. You know what I forgot to do? There's a flat spot on the shafts that you gotta put it on, the screw on. I didn't do that on the other one, so we'll fix that real quick. Luckily this stuff is pretty easy, and parts aren't too expensive, so that way if you do something wrong and you break something like I have before, you can totally redeem yourself with new parts, of course. So let's get her back lined up here, since this drive cup is what holds the brake. And there you go, the center diff is put back together. I didn't get the screw on right. Now it's on there good. So there you go. There's the rebuilt center diff. Here's the old gear. You can see it's chewed up pretty good from the motor nuts and still. So there you have it. Rebuilt center diff. Craft King #1. The next day or two I will get a video of me putting the RC truck back together. Might not be tomorrow because tomorrow's my birthday and I'm planning to go out flying my Kingfisher tomorrow, weather permitting, so maybe Thursday. So I hope you all have a great day, and thanks for tuning in to Shadow Ops RC. Eric with Shadow Ops RC out.